This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. And what I'm looking at today is 2024's Spider, directed by Andy Chen. And this is a short film, a horror short film, based on Marvel Studios' Spider-Man. And for a while I was wondering if they would be able to pull this off. Not only for the reason that Marvel Studios, which is owned by the Walt Disney Company, is very protective of their intellectual property and would have tried to shut this down. Apparently they haven't, and it is shockingly good. And what makes it so good is that it is so faithful to Spider-Man's origins. And I would argue that this movie is significantly more faithful to Spider-Man's origins than the entirety of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Though to be fair, that movie, for reasons that to this day confuse me, was deliberately not faithful to Spider-Man and his origins. It revolves mainly around Peter Parker, though I don't think they actually used the last name Parker. They do use the first name Peter though. And he is bitten by a radioactive spider, and he's starting to discover his abilities. What makes the spider work so well, at least for me, is that faithfulness. It doesn't veer outside of that by adding new elements. What it does is change the results of certain things. For instance, if you recall Spider-Man's origins from the comics, Peter Parker didn't have much of an issue with sticking to things, which is to say, he learned he could stick to walls, and it never really was an issue for him. While this version of Peter Parker, it is an issue because very strange and oftentimes funny things happen when his hands stick to objects and he can't remove them. This short film, it only lasts 9 minutes, is very much in the vein of David Cronenberg's The Fly, which is to say, Peter Parker is literally changing to a spider, in some ways making it more faithful to the concept than Spider-Man himself even. So he's growing extra limbs, he is starting to look disgusting. It is a lot of fun, and it is very well done. Though I think the color palette is a little dim. I would have liked brighter color in general. But on the whole, it's very well done. It's a lot of fun. It's somewhat gory. And as I said earlier, it takes the Spider-Man mythos and does something really interesting with it. It isn't anything you haven't seen before. And in fact, certain aspects of it have been explored in the comics. But it's pretty bold, it's pretty well done, and it's a lot of fun. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow.